Sublimation Rising, the SUPERSPOT, a new production concept for the innovative. Sublimation continues to grow in all types of markets. From athletics and streetwear to outdoor and coastal retailers, you see Sublimation's growing demand. Promotional products and advertising specialty markets are also tapping sublimation more and more for their customers. This is being driven by a number of product features, including the rise of performance poly fabrics and the increased demand for full-color graphics and mass customized content. There is no doubt that most people are well aware of the all-over print phenomenon that has been in the market for a couple of years. If you are a large format sublimation house and you have not been busy with these types of orders, you may want to ask your sales department what they are doing in their spare time. Customers like the oversized graphics, but there are some negatives that are associated with all-over print as well. One of the biggest complaints you will hear is regarding the creases or white lines that occur when you take a pre-existing shirt and mesh it into a large press. Naturally, there are going to be places on the garment, primarily under the arms and along the seams, that crease, and as a result, the ink cannot make contact with the front of the garment. While this is not a problem for some markets, it is a showstopper in others. All-over print can do a lot for your business, but consistently preventing creases from the process is not one of them. This can make it hard to satisfy customers who are a stickler for perfect production. Smart sublimators do not downplay this issue, they bring it up at the beginning. But the demand for large graphics is there despite these limitations. Of course, there is always the options of cut and sew, but sometimes the client cannot afford the extra cost of a cut and sew solution, which assembles the garment after printing of the individual pieces. Furthermore, you may not have a reliable source for this type of production. So what other options can you put in front of the customer to prevent them from looking somewhere else? How can you maintain your competitive edge with clients? Consider a new strategy, one that has the majority of the benefits and none of the negatives. Offer a new option that is less expensive for you to make and have a significantly faster production time. What is this option? And more importantly, why do you not know about it already? Super what? SUPERSPOT. The parts are now here. Sometimes the market is not considering some of the most creative options. Things that become more obvious only after customers say yes, but to the other products you have offered to them. In this instance, we are going to make the case for supersized spot hit production. There are a lot of clothing companies that are doing a lot of spot hit sublimation. Most people see this as something that means you are limited to a smaller footprint. Most of the swing away presses on the market are either 15 inches by 20 inches or 16 inches by 20 inches. But there are some units like the Swingman 25P by Hicks Corporation that offer you something a bit more industrial. The Wingman 25P by Hicks has a 25-inch by 20-inch platen. That is a big difference in the printable area. If we are considering an edge-to-edge comparison, that is 56% more area. 500 square inches versus 300 square inches on a 16-inch by 20-inch press. Let's take a look as a side-by-side comparison. Here you can see just how much bigger the 20 by 25 is and the impact it has on the final look of the full embellished shirt. Sweetest spot. If you are looking for a way to increase margins, deliver huge graphics, and compete with all-over print minus the creases, you're going to have to think outside the box. Use Sublimation certified colors that work with the Sublimation ink set. There are plenty of options. Here is a classic graphic. This Rastafarian motif can be done in a couple of different ways. Here is another great example on performance apparel, which is a driving force in sublimation. By changing the color of the text, you create new colors that really pop and get noticed in the marketplace. It is worth the investment to add this dimension to your business. These 20 by 25-inch presses do require 220 volt power supply, and that can be an investment. If sublimation is a critical part of your growth plan for 2015 and 2016, then SUPERSPOT is a targeted place to invest that will provide a higher return than its less expensive 15-inch by 20-inch press. Good luck and happy pressing.